Dooby 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 dooby. Oh,
So I
hey,
heard we were going to Femboy Hooters.
femboy Hooters. Oh, God. Who would have said that? Not me. I just. Welcome, dear listeners, to another episode of Vstories. I'm the host, Good Convo, and today we're delving deep into the world of VTuber lore. In this podcast, we travel across the multiverse to bring you the lore, the stories, and the unfiltered personalities of your favorite VTubers. Today, joining me is the small, the cursed, the mushroom-loving entity, LILI.
Hello.
Hello. How are you doing today, LILI?
Oh, pretty good, honestly.
That's good to hear. That's good to hear. I trust that you made it here okay?
I mean, there were a few incidents on the way.
Oh?
You may have a few mushrooms growing in areas.
You fucking what?
Look, you just might find a few mushrooms around.
Normally I just say, oh, you dropped the mushrooms, but considering the fact that I see mushrooms growing out of you, Celeste is my assistant over there. She's the one that portaled you in. You know, she's got the magical abilities to portal you into this pocket dimension we're currently in. Celeste, did you see them do anything?
Snitches get stitches.
If Celeste isn't saying anything, I'm very concerned now. Am I in danger?
Not currently.
Okay, well, I will let you know I am immortal, so whatever you do to me, it's just gonna hurt really badly. It's not gonna kill me. So, moving forward, tell me a little bit. Did you just write that down?
No. Maybe.
My goodness. Okay, we're off to a great start. So, tell me a little about yourself. Like, where are you from?
I am from a forest. Yeah. I'm not giving you a certain location because I've had quite a few people try and burn it down before. Not a lot of people enjoy just mushrooms everywhere.
Uh-huh. So, we're gonna get back to that, but so you're from a forest. Is it like what type of forest? Because there are a lot of different forests in this multiverse. Is it like a lush fantasy forest, or is it like a jungle forest, or is it like a like a evil forest?
I guess you could say like the lush fantasy forest. It's more of a taiga though, you know, big spruces and pines.
Oh, very nice. So like Lothlorien woodland elf type.
Kind of. It's just the best place to find some nice mushrooms.
I do like mushrooms. So it's are you the only person that lives there, or are there other people like you?
I wouldn't say other people like me, but there are certainly other people that live there.
Are they people that you should be careful with names?
No, I don't think so.
Gotcha.
There's like a cult that lives there and stuff. And then a whole bunch of other people.
Some more druids and stuff, but no fae.
There are like 2 or 3 fae. I'm not really welcome in that circle, so I don't really know how many there are. Look, I did some bad stuff.
Wow, just coming on the podcast and telling me that. That's crazy. You did some bad stuff. Now, I will make it very clear that most likely no one from your dimension watches this podcast or will ever see this podcast, so you are safe to just kind of say whatever you want. Excuse me. So what I'm wondering is, what did you do?
I maybe tampered with wild magic and maybe murdered a fae.
Ah. Do you still have your name?
Not my full name anymore, no.
Ah, gotcha. Well, I apologize. Yeah, Fey magic, you really don't want to mess with that, as fairies can easily take your name and therefore your identity, and therefore make you not exist. So, what?
Yeah, they took my humanity as well.
Oh, so then that raises the question that I was about to ask anyway. What are you?
I'm a mushroom. That's a very wide thing. I am a dead corpse filled with mushroom, technically speaking.
Oh, so you're are you a reanimated corpse, or did you die and then stay animated?
I kind of like exploded,
Huh.
and my memories went into a mushroom that then grew. Let me tell you, time is weird when you're growing as a mushroom.
Huh. So how old are you?
Someone asked me this the other day. I think we ended up counting it, and it was something like 4,854.
Holy shit, you've lived longer than I have.
Yeah, but like half of that time was spent growing as a mushroom.
Uh-huh. Oh no, I just realized you're the lolly that's 1,000 years old.
Oh, I'm only this small because I'm outside of the forest.
Oh, okay. I'm just saying, like, oh, it's the classic, the classic stereotype. So you look different, you'd say, when you're not.
Yeah, because I'm not connected to the rest of my mushrooms and things. I kind of shrink a bit. I'm nice and portable like this. Very easy to sneak around and hide mushrooms everywhere.
Uh-huh. Do you have any photos or a reference of what you normally look like?
I do indeed.
Would you mind sharing that for the lovely folks at home who only get to see this small version of you?
Actually, I might have just enough in me that I could probably just grow.
Celeste, how replaceable is this stuff? Irreplaceable, priceless relics, and the Necronomicon behind us is one of a kind. You're fine. You can just grow right here. That's fine.
Good. That's good to know. Do you mind if I just walk off a bit? It's a weird process. I've had people get a bit shocked at the.
Yeah, of course. Natalie over there can show you to the bathroom. Here, I'll let Natalie help you walk off. If you just go off that way.
Thank you.
So while they're in the bathroom, what do you think this is gonna look like, Celeste? Like, bro, I'm not gonna lie. If this is like some eldritch horror type stuff, I don't know if like it's gonna fit in the room, right? And if it is eldritch horror, is it gonna break our minds when we look at it? Like, am I gonna die? Because if so, we may have actually found what I've been looking for, you know. We'll have to ask more about that after the podcast, but the cosmic horror aspect could really do some good stuff for us. Oh, and then your contract would be fulfilled as well. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know she has the body of a child. Yes, it's weird. Also, what did she do with the mushrooms? Still not telling me. Okay, cool. 4,000 years is a long time to exist. Like, that's a huge amount of time to exist, like, just as a mushroom. What do you think about? You think about like crazy things or stuff? I don't know. I'm hungry. I wonder if Cosmic Horror Buffalo Wild Wings is open. Starbucks, Celestial Starbucks might be open. Or Femboy Hooters. Doobie 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 doobie. Ah! Oh, hey.
So I heard we were going to Femboy Hooters.
Femboy Hooters. Oh, God. Who would have said that? Not me. I just no,
So
nah.
we're not going to Femboy Hooters?
I mean, we can if you want to, but I mean, it's a bit much. It's kind of expensive.
Surely you have money, right? I'm assuming you guys use money.
Well, I mean, money is kind of hard to come by. We're hosting a podcast, and we're not super famous. Celeste, what's our bank account looking like? I'm gonna take that as we don't have money. This place is expensive, so we spent most of our money on like equipment. So,
Well, then sell the equipment
and
and
then
go to
we,
Femboy Hooters.
you know what? You're right. Priorities. Celeste, sell everything. We gotta get rid of that. That Necronomicon, the thing that allows us to jump into different dimensions, just sell it. We don't need it. Also,
I'll buy it. I can never have too many ways to jump around.
how much?
I'll give you 2 shiny bits of mushroom.
I don't think the currency exchange is very apt in this dimension, but well, we'll talk about
You have
that
no
more.
idea what those mushrooms will do.
That's what I'm saying. Is like the currency exchange just might be a little weird. We'll talk about that afterwards. Yeah,
Yes.
I'm gonna end up like putting like a PNG of a mushroom like in the background of this as like what I want to do for the next season is I want to have an item from each person I've interviewed in the background.
I'd happily give you mushrooms.
You've already left some apparently somewhere that Celeste
Yeah, but
still isn't telling me
I'll
where
give
they.
you a mushroom that actually brings you to my place.
Oh, that'd be crazy. Crazy.
Yeah,
Oh, it's crazy.
that's what the head mushrooms do.
The head mushrooms?
Yeah, these ones.
Oh, no way. Do you have to eat them?
No, please don't eat them. That
Okay.
is a bad idea.
Oh, poisonous?
The last person that tried that was like out of it for a solid year and a half.
Out of it for a year?
And a half.
Whoa. Now those do sound like they would be expensive.
Yes, so I would recommend not eating them.
Well, thank you for watching out for me. Moving back to questions about stuff. So I noticed that you are much more normal looking. Well, normal looking is a weird way to say it. You are much more, you're less chibi is how we'll say it.
Less portable and cute.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're still cute, but like in a less like more of like a oh damn kind of way, you know.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I think.
I think it's a compliment. I don't know. Could be a microaggression. Who's to say? So do you often go around in this form in your area, or do you like shapeshift a lot?
Well, depends what part of the forest I'm in.
Hmm.
If you're near like the outskirts, I'll be in the more small one because it just means that people aren't exactly aggressive towards me. Most people know this for. I'm just saying, the farmer's house looked better with mushrooms on it.
Are you being a menace?
I am always a menace.
Gotcha.
A menace to everyone and everything. We don't discriminate.
Okay, so just equally an asshole to everyone.
Correct.
Okay, I can respect that. Do you have like a nemesis?
I wouldn't call him a nemesis.
I sense tea.
Liam lives on the other half of the forest. I'm not really. That's like. He's one of the Fae I mentioned.
Oh. Is he cute?
Oh, he's adorable. But not my type.
Ah, gotcha. Tell me more about this guy. So he is your nemesis, but not really.
Uh, he's the one that kind of showed the whole wild magic to me, and like I got a bit
Huh.
ambitious,
Huh.
made a few trades with Faye, as you do.
Hmm.
Look, humans should not be wielding wild magic.
I can agree with that, yeah. So you seem to have a pretty well thought out lore when it comes to your story. Uh, breaking the veil a little bit, what was sort of the inspiration behind this?
So to start with, I knew I wanted to be some kind of elf. And then I
Okay.
spent a lot of time researching other VTubers and looking into those kinds of things.
Mm-hmm.
And they all had very similar bits of lore.
Hmm.
Oh my gosh, in a new world and now I'm an elf. Or, oh my gosh, I'm just an elf looking for fun because I'm a bored immortal. And I was like, no, I want to be a human that did some bad crap and just ended up becoming a elf-like mushroom
Hmm.
person because I
Mm-hmm.
felt it was a bit more unique.
Yeah, I'd say it's pretty cool. I love stories about the Fae because it always has such weird, intricate rules that it's always like a if you know kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very cool. Um, where did this design come from?
I hate to say it, but like many VTubers, I was inspired by Genshin Impact.
Genshin. I
As well as just D&D books in general.
mhm, obviously. I love Genshin Impact, but I also hate it because I liked the animation style and I loved the gameplay until I realized that it's essentially a super glorified gotcha game that's going to be going for the next 10 years. So,
I just like the outfits.
yeah, but I discovered I can't simp all the time. There's got to be boundaries. I also just get way too hyper focused in my wallet. Oh, I haven't spent
I'm a
too.
free to play.
Oh, you're free to play. You're one of the crazy ones.
I'm free to play AR-46.
Wow. Sorry. AR-46. My my romantic partner actually. This is out of character. Romantic partner actually is AR-50, and it's free to play, which is
That's understandable.
no
My
wait.
partner
What's
probably has enough of me talking about Genshin every once in a while. I've got an account on each of the servers because ping
oh
varies.
oh my gosh. What wait, what's the max these days? Is it AR-60?
I have no idea. I just like cute characters and
Mm-hmm.
making fun things in the teapot.
Yeah, I liked the teapot. I enjoyed the teapot. I wanted to be able to do just the story, but the story takes
Hmm.
so long. Like, oh my gosh.
So, full disclosure, I stopped after the Mondstadt, like Act 1, and I just haven't touched the main story since.
Wait.
I've got the whole map unlocked. I just haven't continued the main story.
Oh my gosh.
My Mondstadt is 100%.
That is quite frankly fascinating as I I don't 100% anything. I just do things for the story norm and combat. I love combat animation.
That's understandable.
I hate grinding for extra stuff. I hate grinding for like relics and it just takes so freaking long.
I actually quite like the grind. It's a good way to turn my brain off and
No.
stuff.
No. No. It's so
It could be
terrible.
worse. You could hear
Ugh.
about my Final Fantasy addiction.
I'd rather hear about that because at least that has a better story.
It's amazing. It's brilliant.
Oh my
My
gosh.
class is at a 90. Guys, have you heard of the critically acclaimed MMORPG Final Fantasy 14?
Oh my gosh. I just listened to someone rant about this and try to convert me. And I said, no, I don't like turn-based combat.
Not turn-based.
It practically is. It's the same kind of like combat as like Lord of the Rings Online and that kind of stuff. World of Warcraft, where it's like it's zoning combat, but very little zoning to it. You just have to know your key placements.
I played on PC with a controller, so
Oh. Huh. Interesting. Well, anyway. So normally VTubers have like devoted fan bases to their craft, and I'm wondering, what is your fan base like?
Oh, my shroomies? Well, I was going to say kind and caring, but also they match my insanity and gremlin energy. So
Give me an
they're the
example.
kind of people that would be like, "Hey, don't forget to drink water today because you're amazing, or I'll hunt you down and put mushrooms everywhere."
So when I hear the words "or I'll hunt you down," and I'm like, "Oh, this is about to get dark. And I'll put mushrooms everywhere." It's like, oh,
They wouldn't hurt you, but they would very much mildly inconvenience you because they
okay.
know it's more annoying.
I don't know. I feel like I'd be pretty annoyed. I'd be downright angry if someone came and hurt me.
Yeah, but if you're finding like mushrooms 3 weeks later,
I mean, what kind of mushrooms? Are they good mushrooms?
well, it depends if you drink water.
Wait.
The bad mushrooms everywhere.
Oh my god. Put like velvet red caps on like on your pillow.
No, no, no. Lion's mane in the bed sheets.
Nice, nice. Only the finest. So, I'll admit I was a little worried um when you were describing your model. I was worried that you'd be like some sort of fey goddess that would be like unable to be held, and like I would instantly die when I saw you, and I was like, oh no, what's gonna happen? So I am a little surprised that you, oh, excuse me, oh, yawning. I am a little surprised that you are so humanoid.
That is because there is another bottle in the works currently.
Oh.
So, with the whole fae thing and like the wild magic and stuff, uh, on certain phases of the moon, very similar to like werewolf transformations, there is a mushroom body horror kind of monster.
Oh.
It is been in the works for about a year and a half. I just can't figure out some of the rigging for it and getting things in the right spots and positions because it is unique, would be a word for it.
Fantastic. I cannot wait to see that. I love horror, and I love cosmic horror. I like a little bit of body horror, but mostly cosmic. So supernatural, like entity horror.
It kind of looks like a mix between. Do you know what? Oh, do you know what Siren Head is?
Yes.
With like the tangly kind of
Mm-hmm.
veins and stuff. A bit
Mm-hmm.
of that mixed with your usual like werewolf kind of thing, except with mushrooms everywhere and twisty
So,
necks and things.
actually, werewolf?
Not actually werewolf,
Oh,
that's
okay.
just the closest thing I could find that would relate to it at all.
Gotcha. Because I'm
Like
trying
there's
to.
no fur or anything.
Oh, okay. I'm trying to imagine like it's just a were mushroom, which is just a mushroom, and it's like
Uh
sort of like wop 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 wop.
Twisted, grotesque, hairless werewolf with mushrooms.
I'm so excited to see that, and it's gonna be a model.
It's gonna be a model, not a PNG.
Oh
It's going
my
to be a
god.
proper movable model if I could get things working right.
Holy moly. I am excited to see that eventually. Definitely be on the lookout for that, folks. Literally and figuratively, because probably don't want to see that in the wild. So you called your fans the shroomies, and you say that they're relatively nice, but they're also kind of cursed like you. Do you? What is like your favorite way to interact with them?
Uh, Aside from reminding them that they're all amazing people and they need to support others, I like reminding them to not lock people in their basement.
That is a pretty good thing to remind people of, because sometimes you forget you locked them in the basement, and then you forget to feed them, and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah. Look, you've got to have a certain level of responsibility, but sometimes people are just not ready for that kind of commitment.
Yeah, well, having a captive is a big step. Some people just aren't ready for it.
I recommend starting with like a hamster, maybe a rat.
Uh, oh my gosh. Um, yeah, totally, exactly. Just get a rat first, and then afterwards think about kidnapping a human. Or first, maybe kidnap a child.
Oh no, children can be pretty whiny.
Have you kidnapped a person before? Anyone can be whiny if they're scared enough.
Not if you have tape.
Well, then children are the same way.
I don't know, they really struggle.
I'm gonna move this conversation along. So let's see. Looking at the stuff. Oh, who do you normally collab with if you do collaborations? Like, is there a group that you sort of identify yourself with, or are you sort of a lone mushroom wolf, if you will?
So I'm actually what I like to consider a supportive sidekick for streams. I don't stream as much as I'd like to because I am obviously a lot busier, but I appear a lot in collabs and things in
Hmm.
the background and to help others.
I
So I
see.
actually have quite a few groups that I am not part of, but are very frequent in.
So, what kind of music do you like?
Uh, I like EDM.
Oh, electronic dick music.
Obviously, yeah.
So, what branch of EDM do you like?
I don't really have a specific one I enjoy because there are parts of most of them that I like. You heard of folk EDM?
Folk EDM. I have not.
It is the weirdest thing that I stumbled upon like a few days ago. And it mixes things from folk songs into EDM, and it is wild.
That sounds. That sounds like it could either be really great or really bad. I'll have to look that up later.
You 100% should let me know what you think.
Absolutely. Do you? We're moving on a little bit, and I ask all of the people I have on here the same question. How do you feel about the idea of the sexualization of VTubers? As
Well,
as some
it
sorry, you go ahead. You go ahead. You go ahead.
well, it depends on the VTuber's own personal feelings. I know that
Hmm.
I do a lot of art of myself and others that would probably fit and make it seem as though that kind of stuff is things that they want.
Mm-hmm.
However, it is very important to pay attention to what the actual people say.
Yeah. Yeah. So what I often hear is some people are really big into the sexual aspect of VTubing and are super lewd on stream and are super lewd with the people that they know. And then others are kind of in the middle. And then some are like, no, there should be no lewdness for VTubers. It should all be, was it Sazio?
Say so.
It should all be say so. It should all be clean and wholesome. And it's been interesting to talk to the wide variety of peoples that have different opinions on it, because some people are like, well, I like the horniness, but at the same time it's like, I don't know if I would want it in my streams. Or it's like, yeah, we can have some horniness, but not for me personally as like the human behind the avatar. So I'm wondering, what do you feel about like horniness in stream?
So this is something I've actually dealt with. So I used to have a
Oh.
redeem in my stream for proud mummy voice.
Oh God.
And it
Let's
was pretty
fucking
alright
go.
to
Woo!
start with because
Yeah!
most of my streamies would use it for things like getting me to say I'm proud of them or letting me like just give them some daily affirmations and things.
Uh-huh.
A few would get like a bit close to other things, and then I had one that got me to actually remove it because they wanted
Oh.
me to say quite a few things that
Uh,
yeah. But most of my shroomies know that when I do that kind of stuff, it is the VTuber and not me.
okay.
They're also aware that I'm married, so
Thank you for sharing, by the way. That really helps. In case someone from your stream sees this, uh, it's important to lay down your boundaries. And because, sometimes it's hard to lay down boundaries every single time in a stream, especially if people are just joining in. And you've also got a big booba. You got a big booba model that some people might get the idea that, oh, this is just another lewd tuber, and they can say sort of whatever they want. And so it's a weird culture. It's a weird
I do
culture.
try very hard to make it very clear that I am there to be a supportive kind of
Hmm.
mother figure rather than a mummy.
Ah, that's interesting. So the purpose behind the mom voice isn't to be like mommy, it's to be more like mom.
Yeah. So I
Wow.
have
Okay.
quite a few regulars in that who I also just send voice messages to now because it genuinely makes their day better.
That's really awesome. I'm really glad to hear that you're doing that. That actually goes into the next segment. Do you have any really heartwarming stories that you'd like to share for us?
So many. Oh, so at the very beginning of me being like, "Hey, I'm going to do streaming."
Hmm.
Um I met a really lovely community. Shout out to the Drew Blue Star ship and community,
Hmm.
who supported me so much at the very start. Like they had all the answers, and they were never like harsh about it, or never like said any of my questions were dumb.
Hmm.
And some of those people still support me now, and I've been doing this for a while. And recently, one of them, because I'm now like affiliated and stuff, ended up doing a really big sub bomb that
Wow.
had me in actual tears.
That's
And I want to be able to do
fantastic.
that to others as well, because honestly, the amount of like genuine, like heartwarming support from people is, oh, yes.
That's wonderful. I'm so that makes my heart feel very full and happy. I'll have to have it all that happiness drained from me later, because I need to get back to my edgy, dark edge lord stuff. But that is absolutely wonderful. Do you have any plans to? We talked about where your character like is going in terms of evolving the model, but do you have any plans to further your lore, or is the lore just sort of There.
My lore is 80 pages.
80 pages. Where can you find it?
You can't. It's being released very slowly through my Twitter.
Ah, that's awesome. Oh my goodness.
There is a actual tag that is used in each of the posts as well, so if you manage to find one, you'll be able to find the rest of them.
Ooh. Okay. And what's your timeline for that? When do you think is it going to be all done or all out?
Maybe never, because I keep adding on to it, because so if I do a collab with someone, I like having an in-lore reason, way, etc.
Uh-huh.
So I do tend to release more and more with tweets and things being like, somehow found myself on a random spaceship.
Nice. Well, this should be interesting for lore, certainly. I am slowly revealing my lore through this podcast as just sort of little things offhand comments is the goal.
The fact that you like femboy hooters.
Oh, that's not lore. That's culture. That's content. That's God, I want
So
that
you
to be.
saying that in lore you don't like femboy hooters?
Oh, in lore I would definitely like femboy hooters, but it's not central to the story. It's more of an expression of my actual tastes. God, I wish femboy hooters was a real thing. Huh. So, man, 80 pages. Oh. So, I'm just still sitting, like, I'm sitting here thinking, okay, that's just almost a full novel right there.
It's spaced out with like art and things.
With
'Cause-
art? Oh.
Well, yeah, I visuals.
Right.
You've seen my Twitter, haven't you? It's
Yeah.
I do too much.
Yeah. You certainly are pretty active on Twitter, and that brings up the next segment. Actually, is how do you feel about the culture, like the VTuber culture?
That is a hard question to answer because it depends
Oh.
what circles you run in.
What circles do you run in?
The wholesome circles of Twitter where I have my entire feed be good morning, hope you're doing well.
Wow.
Don't forget, you're doing amazing.
That is not my Twitter experience. Ugh.
Maybe you just need to follow some more wholesome people.
Perhaps. I mean, I follow mostly NSFW artists because those are who I learn from. And
so are you following me?
Yes. I've been following you for a while.
Is it for the NSFW?
Yes.
Understandable. Is it for Liam? Everyone's following me for Liam.
No comment. I think we are running out of time here because I've got other stuff I need to do tonight. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask, do you have any parting words you'd like to give the people out into this extra dimensional, multiplanar, universal bullshit that I spew this garbage out to?
Yes. Please be reminded that each and every one of you is a unique, amazing human being. No matter what you do, there is always going to be someone that is proud of you. Your achievements matter, and you matter. Keep doing amazing, and if anyone hurts you, I'll fight them in the back of a Woolworths parking lot.
In the back of
Don't forget to drink water.
In the back of what?
A Woolworths parking lot.
A Woolworths?
Yeah, do you not have Woolworths?
No, what's that?
It's like a shopping center, like a Kohl's or an Aldi.
Oh. Okay. You know, that was really wholesome, and I appreciate that. But I also recorded with someone earlier today that said that they would fight in their ending statement, said that be kind to people or else I'll fight you in a McDonald's parking lot. And I'm
Good.
like, what are the odds? What
Quite
is
a
it?
lot.
What is it with like the female streamers are coming on here and being like, all right, we're just gonna fight in parking lots.
Because it's so much easier to fight someone.
Then, well, it's easy to fight someone than think about the realistic implications of hurting another person and crying. So, with that, oh, what a wonderful episode. With that, I need to pull up my script. I can't remember shit.
With that, don't forget to look for mushrooms in your shoes underneath your Necronomicon book, and there might be some in Celeste's hair.
With
I'd
that,
also check your bed.
did you put lion's mane in my bed?
Only a small amount.
I understand now why you weren't telling me, Celeste. With that, we conclude this episode of Vstories. A big thanks to Lee for sharing their character and world with us. We would also like to thank our listeners for joining us for this part of our journey. Until next time, be safe, don't travel the multiverse without a peanut butter jelly sandwich, and most importantly, stay cursed, fam. Bye-bye. Damn,
Those
son.
peanut butter and jelly sandwiches?
Yeah, I always got peanut butter jelly sandwiches.
You didn't offer me one as a refreshment?
What? Celeste, Natalie.